Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL news cycle lately, you know that the landscape of this league is constantly shifting, especially when it comes to the NFC North, a division that's been fiercely competitive for years. But what's really catching everyone's attention right now is the possibility of a blockbuster trade that could shake up the Bears' backfield and potentially shift the power dynamics in the division once again. And no, I'm not talking about some minor move or a backup signing. I'm talking about a potential trade involving Travis Etienne, the talented running back from Jacksonville. Yes, you heard that right. Travis Etienne, who's been caught in a crowded backfield in Jacksonville, might be on the trade block, and if that happens, the Bears should be all over it. But let's back up for a second and set the scene. The Chicago Bears, as you all know, have been in a bit of a rebuild mode over the past few seasons, trying to find that perfect mix of young talent and veteran leadership. They've got DeAndre Swift leading the charge at running back, a guy who showed flashes last year but also struggled with efficiency, ending the season with a pretty modest 3.8 yards per carry. That's not quite what the Bears need if they're serious about competing at the highest level. They tried to address this position in free agency, making moves to bring in some depth, but nothing really stuck or brought the kind of upgrade they were hoping for. And that's exactly why the idea of acquiring Travis Etienne is so intriguing. Because despite some ups and downs, Etienne has shown that he can be a game changer when he's in the right situation. In 2022, he was incredibly explosive, averaging a remarkable 5.1 yards per carry. That's elite production, folks. But in recent years, his numbers have dipped, mainly due to a crowded backfield in Jacksonville and some inconsistency. Still, the potential is there. A fresh start, maybe with a new offensive coordinator like Ben Johnson, could be the perfect recipe for him to regain that form and even surpass it. Remember, Etienne is only set to become a free agent in 2026, which makes him a prime trade target for teams looking to add a dynamic, versatile back without giving up too much in return. Now, I want to pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal. The thing about Etienne is that he's not just a runner, he's also a very capable receiver out of the backfield. Last year, he caught 58 passes, showcasing his ability to contribute in the passing game, which is crucial in today's NFL. The Bears, with their talented group of receivers like DJ Moore, Rome Odens, Colston Loveland, and Luther Burden, are looking to diversify their offense and create mismatches. Etienne, with his explosive burst and ability to catch passes, could be a perfect complement to DeAndre Swift, giving the Bears a true offensive weapon that defenses will have to respect on every snap. Let's not forget the context here. The Bears have been trying to find a reliable RB1 for quite some time. They made efforts in free agency by linking themselves to big names like Nick Chubb and J.K. Dobbins, but nothing materialized. They also missed out on drafting Ashton Jeanty, which left them with a pretty thin depth chart at the position. So, trading for Etienne, who's potentially available now, makes a lot of sense. He might not cost as much as some expect, probably around a 4th-round pick or so, considering he's coming off a down year and is set to hit free agency soon. And here's the key point. Despite the recent struggles, Etienne's ceiling is still very high. We're talking about a guy who, just 2 years ago, averaged over 5 yards per carry. That kind of explosiveness is exactly what the Bears need to take their rushing attack to the next level. With a new offensive system under Ben Johnson, who's known for innovative, creative play calling, Etienne could flourish. The offensive line is also improving, and with the talent they've assembled in the passing game, defenses would have a hard time stacking the box against a run-heavy attack with Swift and Etienne sharing carries. Now, talking about DeAndre Swift, we know he's a talented player, but he's also had some efficiency issues and durability questions. Last year, he managed over 155 rushing attempts with the Eagles, averaging 4.6 yards per carry, which is decent but not spectacular. That tells us that Swift still has room for growth, but adding a player like Etienne could make the Bears' backfield one of the most dangerous in the league. Imagine defenses trying to game plan against a duo of Swift and Etienne, both capable of explosive runs and reliable in the passing game. It would add a dimension that the Bears have been desperately missing. And let's talk about the division for a moment. The NFC North is incredibly talented right now, with teams like the Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, and even the Minnesota Vikings all vying for supremacy. The Bears are in a prime position to make a splash move that could give them that extra edge, that little boost in talent and confidence heading into the season. FanDuel currently has Chicago with plus 180 odds to make the playoffs in 2025. That's not a huge long shot, especially considering the talent they've amassed, but adding a player like Etienne could be the difference between just missing out and making a deep postseason run. Of course, nothing is set in stone yet. There's no official confirmation that the Bears and Jaguars are in talks, but given the circumstances, it makes a lot of sense. The Jaguars, with Tank Bigsby and Bashal Tutin already in their backfield, are likely looking to unload some cap and roster space. Etienne, who's still young and has a lot of football left in him, could be a perfect fit for Chicago's offensive scheme. Plus, this move would send a message to the division that the Bears are serious about contending, that they're willing to make bold moves to climb the ranks and challenge the perceived powerhouses. In the end, the Bears need this kind of upgrade. They're close, but they're missing that one piece, a true game-breaking running back who can carry the ball 20-25 times a game and make defenses pay. With Swift, they've got a good start, but Etienne could be the spark plug that ignites their rushing attack and helps unlock the full potential of their offense. It's not just about adding talent, it's about making a statement, about showing everyone that Chicago is back in the conversation, ready to compete at the highest level. And with the right moves in this offseason, including the rumored trade for Etienne, they could very well be on their way to a playoff appearance and maybe even more. So, Bears fans, keep your eyes peeled. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one might just be the biggest of them all. If this trade goes through, it will reshape the division and give Chicago fans something to really cheer about. Imagine the possibilities: a dynamic backfield with Swift and Etienne, a rejuvenated offense, and a team that's hungry to make noise in the postseason. That's the kind of future we want to see, and it's within reach if the front office makes the right moves. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. Do you believe a trade for Travis Etienne is the missing piece? Or do you think they should focus on other areas first? Whatever your thoughts are, we want to hear them. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and if the rumors are true, the Bears might be about to make a massive splash that could define their future for years to come. Thanks for watching, and as always, bear down.